If you want to make your own garments, draping is an essential skill. And I will show you exactly that today with your first project, a skirt. So the preparation for your draping before you start. Choose a fabric that is similar to the fabric that you want to make the original item of. This is very, very important. If you have like a jersey to drape, then you have to drape in jersey. If you have a woven fabric, you have to drape in the woven. This is absolutely mandatory. Then you don't have to buy super expensive muslin, calico or whatsoever. Take white light so you can see the marks. A simple cotton cloth is super. And the first thing you will have to do, absolutely important, iron your fabric. Because if you drape this now and you have creases in there, it will be creasy in the end. So iron your material first. Then mark the grain. This is super important. I will mark it now from the edge of the fabric like 3 centimeters and take a color. This is only for your grain line. So this would be your grain line. It's red, so you know that this is your grain line. And when you're starter, you can make some grain lines. Maybe this is helpful for you, so parallel to the first one, just to have like some straight lines where you can have like a great orientation. Then I would suggest to make a 90-degree angle to the grain, just a cut, so you have a nice clean edge. It's just simpler to do so. And to start with a clean edge that you can start from, you can take either a blade like this or a scissors. Yeah. So what is very important, do not drape into the blue. I mean, into the blue draping just to try out is just for a tryout. If you want to make a real project, make a little sketch and take this little sketch, and I mean we're draping now the down part, so put it on the mannequin that you have a reference to it, that you can see how much the reference is. Then analyze also what your where the lines are. So we have here like really in the waist, then we have like on the hip part, this is nearly where this edge is going to, and then it's above the knee. So it's around 60 centimeters, so waist, knee is always like around 60 centimeters. So make some lines that you know where it is. In this case, you have right and left hand side symmetrically. If it's asymmetrically, you have to drape the whole skirt. In this case, I will only drape one skirt. So next, it's totally important that you mark with some ribbons, small ribbons, the most important lines of your body. You have the neckline, you have the shoulder part, it's called carrure in the, for couture. You have the bust area, you have the waistline where the actual waist is. I always put like 2 centimeters down there because this mannequin is really high-waisted, so I nearly put that a little bit down. Then you have little hip and the hip line. This is the biggest part of the body. And you have center front, and of course you have side seams, and you have the center back. And in this case, we don't need the arms, so I will take the arms down because they're a little bit in my way, and we need to make everything easy and simple and smooth for the draping, so we don't need the arms because we're just doing the down part. So never, ever, 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 ever put the needles in your mouth. You can swallow them. Never, ever, 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 ever do that. Never, ever. But you need pins, you need your scissors, and your marked and ironed fabric that you will drape on. So the right way to put your needle is from above to down. So this, like this. So when you move your fabric and your hand over the fabric, you can without pinning your or stinging yourself. So what we start now is we have the waistband and we have like a center front. So we start here, and remember to put a little bit, 2-3 centimeters above where you want to drape, and then fix the center front. This is the first thing you do. Fix your center front on the center front. Very, very, very easy. So your center front is now fixed. Then we will have to do this draping, and it's nearly on the side seam and it's not touching the center front. So I will now drape this part here, something like this. It will look somehow like this, and remember we have to keep on here. So I will make this now a needle, put it here, whoops, like this, so it's secure, and then it will look something like this. Yeah, I think I always try to stay as deeply connected to my design as possible, but in this case I think this looks great. I will then later on adjust this ankle a bit, but for now on I will fix this together first, and then I will fix this. So, and then I will adjust this ankle to be something like this. And a pro tip is also go a little bit far and see if the balance is correct. I think this balance looks pretty nice. So I will put this down here, and I will put a pin inside like here, and also one inside here, because this will later be attached to each other inside like this. So I will mark this in the center, and then I will watch again. This looks pretty good. And then from here on I want to have a little bit volume on the side. I will cut here now. I will cut here a little bit now so you can drape in some volume, because we want to have some volume in the side seam. And I will fix the side seam, and also down there I will fix the side seam, and I will cut away the excess fabric, leaving again 2-3 centimeters so I can drape the back part. So this is going to be away, and this is my front. Now I will drape the back part. Therefore I will fix the center back again to my center back. We have pinned the center back to the center back. I want a little bit volume on the side seam, but not too crazy. So this is my pattern, this is my side seam. I just will fix it now here for a second so we can fix this part. So I will just put a needle here, and then I will drape a dart. So I want this dart to be here, and I will drape this dart down here, and hoppy, and another pin. I will drape this dart here and it will end here somewhere. So this is my dart. I will lay to the side seam as well. I will fix it like this. Okay, so now I can, I see that this is my side seam, so I have a lot of excess fabric, which I just will mark a little bit so I'm not cutting away too much, just a little cutting. And there is a pin, and I will cut this away. And then I will pin the actual seam to the actual seam like I want it to be. So I will, and if you do that, always put the back in the front, so like this. And I will just pin it to the side seam of the front part, and it should be possible to put it away. I will put one more just to secure it. And I will check if this is going really down, and this is going really down. It should not move somewhere, so one more in the seam, so like this. That the seam is not even, we will fix this when we trace the pattern. Now for the waistband, I marked the center front with my grain. I will put this, and I marked 1 centimeter. This is like 4 centimeter and 1 centimeter. I will now drape this right here, and I will secure it like this. So this is secured. And now you see why it is important to have like a light fabric, so you can see your line underneath. Then I will watch that this is like 1 centimeter, and I will pull this here. So I pinned it now all the way to my side seam. I did this exact same thing with my center back, which is not aligned, but now it is aligned. Now it is like aligned, and this will go now over the side seam. And remember not to make it too super tight. So you pin this on this. So I pinned the center front waistband to the center front. I have pinned the center back to the center back, and I have 1 centimeter where I pinned it all the way. And this is the important, that you have this light fabric so you can see where all your lines are. The back is now folded over the front waistband, so you have the side seam aligned. And now what's left is, I mean, this is not pretty, of course. Now we make here a little bit of a dart, which we will trace away in the actual design. This is the only way I will pull the needle up, because it's a little bit hard to show it this way. And the same thing, it's clear that it's here. And there it's one more needle just for tracing it back in like this. And remember to have like a little bit space, but there is a little bit space for your actual body. And now your design is ready. Next thing would be that we trace the whole pattern. It's a very nice skirt draping. And if you're interested in how a whole collection is made, then there is a whole video for you.